The inaugural top 247 for the 2019 class has arrived. 24/7 Sports just dropped a list that features some of the top rising juniors in all of high school football. The number 1 overall players from the Golden State, and it's Dorsey, 6'5", 235-pound defensive end KAYVON THIBODEAUX. The edge rusher from Los Angeles is an absolute nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. He had 17 sacks and 27 tackles for loss during his sophomore campaign. Sticking on the D-line, the number 2 overall player is ISHMAEL SOPSHER. The 6'4", 285-pounder is nearly impossible to block. There might not be a player that owns the line of scrimmage like the Louisiana star. There's a good chance by the end of his high school career, he will be the highest touted recruit coming out of the state since Leonard Fournette. Rounding out the top 5, you have Georgia power Grayson's OWEN PAPPOE. The stud linebacker became the youngest player ever to attend the opening as a freshman last summer, and he helped lead the Rams to their first state title since 2011 during his sophomore season. One of IMG Academy's newest transfer from Georgia, NOLAN checks in at number 4. He's one of the most skilled defensive ends in the country, and the second-rated player from the Sunshine State checking in just under Smith is Akeem Dent, the top-rated defensive back in the 2019 class. Everyone in the top 5 plays on the defensive side of the rock. The top-rated offensive player is the number 6 overall recruit, and it's Cedar Grove's JADON. The 6'3", 180-pound wide receiver is the complete package. His excellent speed, great hands, and is one of the best playmakers and route runners in the country. Now, hey, you knew we weren't running through the top recruits without mentioning the number 1 quarterback, and it's modern day's JT Daniels. He has put up video game type of numbers through his first 2 seasons. 7,891 yards passing and 100 touchdowns. Washington's Jake Browning, former Folsom star, better watch out because Mr. Daniels is coming for the state and national passing records. Southern Labs' KARDELL has been taking over the internet because the 6'4", 320-pound offensive lineman has been a track star over the last month, and he checks in as the number 15 overall recruit in the 2019 class. IMG Academy added one of the best running backs in the country. The former star from Texas, CAIN, is the top-rated back among all rising juniors. He rushed for nearly 1,700 yards and 22 touchdowns at Denton Guyer during his sophomore season. Now, a few guys to hit on outside of the top 50 are Warren Central's 4-star wide receiver David Bell. The 6'2", 185-pounder is the top-rated player from the state of Indiana, and he is one of the best playmakers in the country. Mountain Point's 4-star defensive tackle Matthew pola-moa is a name to remember. He has football in his genes. His older brother just finished up his high school career and will be balling for the USC Trojans next fall. And speaking of USC, he is the nephew of former 8-time Pro Bowler and 2-time Super Bowl champ Troy Polamalu. Katie's 4-star running back DEONDRICK checks in at number 69, and hey, you know he's big time because he was producing at one of the biggest powerhouse programs in Texas as a freshman. He rushed for 14 touchdowns in 2015 and helped lead Katie to a number 1 spot in her final Excellent 25 rankings presented by the Army National Guard. And last year, he rushed for just under 2,000 yards and 30 scores despite missing some games with an injury he suffered late in the season. And for a complete list of the top 247 recruits in the 2019 class, just go to 247sports.com. I'm Zack Poff here on MaxPreps.com, America's source for high school sports.